Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Friday, February 12th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the solar plexus chakra and guided by flowering. The galactic signature of today is the yellow galactic sun energy. And this yellow sun energy is all about enlightenment, universal fire, and life. And so it's this honoring of the life force that the sun provides us, and the honoring of our relationship with the sun. The sun not only provides us with life, but the sun provides us with light codes. It provides us with information, with healing energies. And so really getting out today and taking advantage of this energy by communing with the sun. What I like to do sometimes, it's a beautiful experience, is to honor that relationship, take in that energy from the sun, and at the same time send back my gratitude to the sun. And I've had some really profound experiences doing this. We get the card a lot in the Conscious Spirit deck that talks about this information and these light codes and this healing that is available to us from the sun, this sense of it's our source of vitality, right? So really tapping into that and taking advantage of that. It's also this energy of enlightenment, the yellow sun energy. And so it's interesting because in astrology, the sun represents our consciousness and to an extent our ego, right? But in the galactic calendar, when we talk about the yellow sun energy, we're talking about the energy of enlightenment. We're talking about the peeling away of the ego. When we release the ego, when we release everything that we think we are, and we allow ourselves to be in that space of emptiness, we actually become everything and we become connected to everything. So today is about letting go of all that outer stuff, all of that ego stuff, all of our ways of identifying ourselves and labeling ourselves and defining ourselves in the world, and just resting in the totality of who we truly are, in that expansiveness, right? That I am everything and I am nothing kind of energy. And that's where we can become truly connected with the whole as well. So really working with that energy today, especially when we have the galactic tone today, which is all about harmonizing, modeling, and integrity. And so the best way to harmonize with the outer world as well as the inner world is to attempt to approach everything from that blank perspective today, from that as that blank canvas, and to really work with releasing the ego. And I know it's much easier said than done. That's why I'm having trouble with my words right now, because it's like, okay, but how do we do that? How do we let go of all of our pride, all of our fears, all of our conditioning, right? That's a lifelong process that we're undergoing, right? That's what the process of enlightenment is. And so it's just doing the best we can to really embrace that energy, to call in that energy today and to see where that takes us. And then this energy the galactic tone is also about modeling and integrity. So really modeling who we are in the world, modeling that, ensuring that our truths are represented by our actions, right? And so with this stripping away of our truths kind of energy, it's an interesting combination. And so it's like, allow our actions today to model that place of openness, that place of emptiness, that place of complete non-judgment and non-attachment. And this is at least something that we can strive for today that is supported by the energies. The affirmation for today is, I harmonize in order to enlighten, modeling life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of flowering. And it is that universal fire, right? We connect with that universal fire through the sun, but we hold that universal fire within us. And really what the sun is doing is activating that universal fire, that universal life force that resides within us, that spiritual fire, that spiritual life force at the same time. So really working with that and playing with that, and allowing the revelations, like this says here for the day. Yellow sun days are the kind of days when you get light bulbs appearing above your head. Revelations will come to you to help shed the sunlight on certain situations, right? That sun is about illumination. If you have a burning question, try meditating upon a flame for an answer. Get in touch with the universal fire and the knowledge you seek may come to you. So really playing with that fire energy. I like that as a way to tap into this energy today. And we may very well have We are in Mercury retrograde. We just had that new moon. And so revelations are very likely today as more is becoming clear, right? Which is, it's going to, the full clarity will come after the retrograde. So I'm still throwing out that disclaimer. We want to be paying attention to what's coming up for us right now, mulling it over, taking it into consideration, but not necessarily taking extreme life-changing actions if we can avoid it until at least after the 20th. If not really into March, because we still have that post-shadow period of Mercury. But it's really a time to pay attention to what's coming up. And I really like that idea of asking the questions that you seek the answer to and meditating upon the flame. We have some interesting astrology going on today. I feel like I say that every time. We now have the moon who has transitioned into Pisces. And we also have... And she's sextiling Uranus. That's the only connection that she's making today. So that's that evolutionary aspect, right? And so we are definitely, we're feeling that. And with this moon in Pisces, it's like that spiritual evolution. So it's perfect for this day with that yellow sun energy of enlightenment. We also have the sun. We have the stellium in Aquarius, which is now gently beginning to break up. We had that new moon energy. We felt the effects of that. I want to thank everyone who came to the new moon manifesting ritual last night. It was really, really fun. We had some beautiful energy with everybody's energy combined in there. The manifesting ritual was very powerful. I honestly just got lost in the energy for a little while because it was just so intense. So I big shout out to all of you who showed up for that. I really enjoyed that, and I really appreciate all of you and the energy that you added to that, just as you add energy, as every single one of you does who watches these videos, adds the collective energy to this channel and to these videos, because really, like, what I'm doing is I'm channeling for you guys. So if you didn't exist, there would be really nothing for me to talk about here. So I love you and I appreciate you all. But yeah, we had that, the intensity of that new moon amplifying that stellium energy. It's sort of like when the moon moved into that stellium. I feel like it gave it a supercharge. And now the stellium is gently beginning to break up. But we do have not the sun, sorry. We have Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter all in very close conversation right now, within a couple degrees of each other. And so today I'm feeling as a really good day for communication, especially when it comes to relationships and communicating with people in relationships. Yes, Mercury is in retrograde, but Mercury is still getting that benefit of that Venus-Jupiter conjunction energy. And so we could have very harmonious communications with others today, I feel, and we have that Aquarius energy that is helping us at the same time to stay logical and stay in that air capacity where we're not getting too overwhelmed. I mean, we have the moon in Pisces, so it is a very feeling energy. That is going to add empathy, but we're also going to, with this all happening in Aquarius, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter, we are going to have that potential as well to utilize a little bit more of the logic, bring the empathy of the moon and its current state in with the logic-oriented Aquarian energy. It's also a very forward-thinking energy, so we may be able to come together with people today if we have been having difficulty and come to find some new solutions, find some new ways of understanding each other. Today's a day where we very much, when we are having these heart-to-heart communications, we want to seek to understand as much as to be understood. And so really listening to what the other person has to say, utilizing that retrograde energy, that different way of thinking, that Aquarian energy, to really pay attention and to see and understand from a different perspective. Aquarian energy on the shadow side of it can be very much that, and I say this with love, that know-it-all kind of energy. So we do want to stay away from that. And we want to instead move into this energy of maybe I don't know it all. Maybe I can learn something from you, right? So working with that, these are the ways that we work with the energies. If we know that we may very much be falling into that rut of feeling as though we know and understand everything about the person in the situation already, we may have to work a little bit to open up our minds, to open up our hearts in order to hear and know that maybe everything is not quite what it seems, right? This retrograde, Mercury retrograde energy, it does give us a deeper perspective. It does give us a different look, right? But at the same time, it can turn us a little bit on our heads. So we want to be aware of all of that, but I still feel that if we are aware of those things, we can utilize this energy to be able to communicate more effectively. We do have, I believe, and I'm going to check myself here. Nope. Yes. Yeah. Yep. We do have Mars squaring this connection right now loosely, and so like that's where we want to really pull in that cool, calm, that like cool as a cucumber type of energy of Aquarius, so that we don't or of the higher manifestation of Aquarian energy, I guess we would say. We want to try to talk with cool heads, right? Because that Mars energy can be a bit fiery. It can be sort of an energy where we're really having to look and understand and compromise or that's what we're being invited or asked to do, especially when it comes to our motivation, our desires, what it is that we want and are going after versus like what we want, right? That energy of connection with others, the self versus the other. And really we're being asked to harmonize that. And that's why it's so important to look at different points of view and to understand things from another person's perspective as well. Because with that square from Mars, we are very much, it puts us in that me kind of mentality. And so we want to, if we are having relationship conversations or important conversations today, we want to get out of that me mentality into that we mentality as much as possible. What else do we have going on of note? Yes, of course, we still have this square, which is exacting, I guess. Because Saturn and Uranus move so slowly, especially Uranus, it's like the exact conjunction is what we're waiting for. And so that will be happening on the 17th. But we're feeling these energies. We're moving into these energies. They're still at exactly 90 degrees. It's just to the 10th of a degree that we're waiting for the exactness. But it's in the weeks leading up to and the weeks beyond there when they make that exact conjunction that we feel these energies. And so throughout the entire month of February, we're going to be feeling this. We're going to be feeling it really throughout the year, but they're going to be more exact again. I believe it's in June and then in December. I'm going to check myself for a second here as I'm saying this, if I can find. Yes, June and December. And I am going to be doing a video on the Saturn-Uranus square because this is a big energy, a big defining energy for 2021. But we're definitely still in the grips of that as we have been. And so I'll get into a lot more of that when I do that video. But it is that energy of the old versus the new. It is that energy that is challenging us and pushing us to evolve. And we have Saturn right now also in a sextile to Chiron. And so our personal growth journey, our healing journey, and the evolving of our soul is very much a focus today as well. And so we can really feel into that process with that Pisces energy, I think. Feel into our intuition today, possibly receive some intuitive hits. I'm remembering that passage that I was guided to read there from the Yellow Sun Day energy, which was talking about those light bulb moments. So it's very possible that the combination of Mercury with Venus and Jupiter, and then this, whatever that, wow, I'm having a wicked brain fart right now. Whatever that other energy was that I was just talking about, the moon in Pisces with the intuition. We can, wow, you guys, wow. Yes, very much in the throes of Mercury retrograde right now. I even pray before I start these videos when I call in my guides and everything that they help me to share concisely and coherently. And some days they do, and some days maybe it's just a little bit too much of a task. I don't know. So we're going to start out today, clear, with the Archangel Power Tarot and just get some guidance for the day here. What are the energies that we are working with and experiencing? What is the guidance moving forward? I keep thinking that I might want to do this in a more cohesive format as far as pulling the cards goes. But then I always go against it because I like just seeing what comes out and sort of what we can make of it. Yeah, you know, little bit disorganized, but that's how we do it here. All right, so we have the Eight of Michael coming out first. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. All right? And we have the Magician. You can manifest the life you want. And so what's interesting about this is that what I'm noticing is the last phrase, which of course is the one I didn't read to you guys, says not seeing things clearly. And then we have the Magician coming out afterwards. And so I feel as though this is that energy coming through of where we were not seeing things clearly. We're beginning to get some clarity. We're beginning to get some clarity. We're beginning to understand. I feel as though that's why it's important to be getting all the facts right now, to really allow the facts to come through. Like if we are not 100% sure about a situation, wait until we understand the rest of the variables and the rest of the facts before we act. Let's get some more information here. But with this Magician energy supporting here, it's like if we want to change a situation, Spirit is telling us we have all of the resources to do that being presented and available to us right now. I think for a lot of us, it's just about recognizing what those resources are. And I think that's part of what this not seeing things clearly is about, is like we're not clearly seeing the resources that we have at our disposal. And because we're not clearly seeing them, we don't know how to clearly utilize them. And so we may be getting some clarity around that, and we may realize that what we thought our options were is different. Like we have more options, or our options are greater than what we thought, and they're more varied than what we thought. So it's like really moving into that open-minded space today. And then we have peace coming in. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. So a lot of energy about leaving things behind, about freeing ourselves, about taking that initiative, right? The Magician takes initiative. The Magician is the master of all of the suits of the tarot. He knows how to use all of the elements. He is the alchemist, right? And then the 10 of Michael, a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. So like release the past is just coming out over and over and over again. Release the past, release the past, release the past. Yeah. The peace card, I believe, is the death card in the traditional tarot. All right. So this is like the death card, the 10 of swords, the 8 of swords. It's like move out of this place of emotional conflict into this place of empowerment, knowing and recognizing the tools that you do have at your disposal. Allow this transformation, allow the things to end so that you can become finally free. That's the message coming through. If there's something that we're struggling to hold on to today, like something, and this may have become more clear around the new moon, what it is that we're attached to, what it is that we're holding on to. We're being asked to release that and let that go. It's the word freedom has come up twice, right? You can be free, set yourself free. You are finally free. And so how free do you want to be? That's the energy. And if you want to be free, then it's time to release and let go of everything that's making you feel not, basically. And we know, if we're honest with ourselves, we know what this is. We know what makes us feel free and what is holding us back. Then we have the Ace of Michael coming out, a wonderful new idea. So this inspiration, this idea message coming through a lot too, right? Clear up communication problems with others. So that's that energy of communicating today, of really utilizing that clear, like the Ace of Swords is that clear, concise communication, right? That logical communication. So really working with those energies that we talked about earlier, right? To clear up those communication issues. It says communication problems, right? Communication issues. And so this means that communication is not happening effectively. So how can we make that happen effectively? Right? For some people, it's like we're needing to leave a situation. For others of us, it's like we're just needing to clean up the confusion in a situation, and that will set us free. So we need to, and some of us, we're not going to know which one is which until we at least clear up the confusion first. So that's the first step. That's always the first step, right? That's that energy of getting all the facts, of having all the information. And then we have the Wheel coming through. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. It's like as soon as we clean up this confusion, as soon as we release what needs to be released, we allow things to transform, right? The Death card is about transformation too. So for some, it's endings. For others, it's transformation. And that transformation is an ending in and of itself, but it's also a new beginning. And that only happens when we clear up these issues of communication, when we get on the same page, when we realize what page we're on. Sometimes we think we're on different pages, but we're actually on the same page. We're just viewing that page from different angles. And so it's really important to clear this up and to get into that space, that harmonizing space, right? Working with this galactic energy today of harmonizing, modeling, and integrity. So really conducting ourselves in our communications today with integrity, really modeling our truth, modeling our needs, and being able to honor and respect another person's truth, and really see that and hold that today. Yeah, and then as soon as we clear this up, as soon as we get this stagnant energy moving in whatever way, shape, or form that needs to move, and for some people it is about the conversation that things need to end, right? But end or transform, whichever applies to you. Then that's when the delays end and things begin to feel like they're gaining momentum again, and that wheel is able to turn. And then we have the 4 of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Yeah. Seek out other possibilities, right? There are possibilities beyond what we've already been able to think of. And so we need to be open to those today. We need to be open to those inspired ideas that show us those other possibilities. And the flame came into my mind again. Maybe for some of us, meditating on that flame is going to be really helpful today, and is going to help to show us those other possibilities. And just really being aware of our emotions today, especially with that moon in Pisces, right? We want to be very aware and to understand our emotions and how they're contributing to the situation. Sometimes our emotions, they can kind of cloud our logic, and they can definitely have an effect on our ability to communicate. So we want to watch out for that. Yes. Any final guidance here? And then we got divine guidance. The search for meaning in life, consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. Okay, so consider an alternative approach. There is an approach here to a situation. This is just, they just want to harp on this energy that you have not considered yet, that you have not seen. So consider that. If somebody, right, because this is about our teachers. And our teachers can be anyone. They don't have to be in the form of a traditional teacher. Anybody can be our teacher, right? If there is a situation right now going on, this situation that requires communication, that person is a teacher for you. There may be other people who come in to teach you as well. And so they may offer you a solution that you hadn't thought of. So don't get in that energy of like, no, I already know how this is going to go. I already know what's best for this situation. I already know what the options are. Maybe you don't. So really open yourself up to that. And open yourself up to the divine guidance that is coming through, because I feel like your angels are really guiding you at this time, whether you realize it or not. And so they want you to be open and aware of their guidance. They want you to open yourself up more to that. And that's why keeping an open mind is so important, because if we think that we know the guidance coming through for us, we immediately close ourselves off to any other guidance, because we're only looking for a specific thing. We're looking for a specific message. And so open ourselves up to more messages is really what I'm feeling coming through there. And open ourselves up to all the different ways that our divine guidance is working to communicate with us. It doesn't just happen through meditation. It doesn't just happen through intuition and signs and synchronicities. Sometimes it happens through actual people, events, and conversations. And so just really be asked to be made aware of when your divine guidance, when your spiritual team is speaking to you, when your inner guidance is speaking to you, and to be able to listen and ask for that divine guidance to come through in a way that you can clearly understand and implement in your life. And then to close us out here, we have the Nine of Ariel coming out. Your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. A love for the beautiful things in life. So this is that positive energy closing it out. This is that rainbow right after the storm. Some of us are still in that process of the storm right now. And so this is like that rainbow that comes after, right? And so this is just Spirit assuring us that everything is going to work out. Everything is working out for your highest good for a lot of us. Like there are lessons that we're learning right now. And so we just have to be open to learning those lessons, and open to, like, if we already think that we know what the lesson is, sometimes we close ourselves up to learning anymore because it may not be quite what we think. There may be more to it. And so just really allowing the space for that today. And then the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which is perfect, right? Because this is that energy of communication coming through again. Communication, true, open, honest, sometimes blunt, yes. But in this deck, these are gentle cards, right? And so I like brilliant, insightful, and humorous. I like those words, those keywords at the top of this card here. Yeah. So really, the benefit of experience, we are receiving the benefit of experience right now. We are being taught, we are learning. For some of us, like very, very big lessons right now. And a lot of that right now is being showcased to us in communication, in the ways that we communicate, in the ways that we notice. We start realizing when we are maybe not as open-minded as we think, and we're learning how to become more open-minded and more open to possibility. And then when we have the Ace of Raphael, which I believe is the Ace of Cups underneath the Queen of Swords. So it's like this communication, this ability to have that honest, that's what I'm feeling more than anything, is honest communication, brings about this Ace of Cups in one way or another. In one way or another. All right? Yeah. And more on the bottom of the deck. We're still, now they're looping us back around to release the past, release the past, release the past. The past may be factoring into this situation, whether it's a past with the person or with the situation that you're dealing with, or whether it's just your own emotions from the past coming up, your own wounding. There are aspects of the past that are influencing the present, and so we want to be really aware of what those aspects of the past are that may be affecting our present, and we can sometimes feel those through our emotional reactions. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. I love you guys. I appreciate you so very, very much. If you liked this video, like this video. Comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. It really does help to continue to allow the channel to grow and to progress. Although we trust that everyone who's meant to find these messages absolutely will. There are also links below to donate, as well as my email with a list of the different services that I provide. And so if you would like to reach out to me for a personal reading, for an energy healing, a theta healing, any of the things that I do, that information is in the description box below. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, what day did we say it was today? Friday. A wonderful Friday.